everybody. Welcome back. And we're going to start the NFL predictions for week 1. So, our first game will be today: Dallas Cowboys at Buccaneers. And for my pick here, I think the Bucs are going to do a really good job. After coming off winning the Super Bowl last year, I think they're going to do a really good job with Tom Brady. And my guess is Bucs will win 30-17. Next up is the Jaguars versus Texans, and this is going to be a really good game with the Jaguars' new quarterback, Trevor Lawrence, and the Texans working on a new team. But I think that the Jaguars are going to need a little bit more experience, and I think the Texans are going to win 17-10. Next up is the Chargers at the Washington football team. And this one is kind of tough because both teams are still also working on themselves. And I think that I'm going to pick the Washington football team because they have a really good defense and they just know how to play. And when the defense is better, your team's going to do better. So I think this is going to be tight, but I think that the football team's still going to beat them. And my guess is 27-10. Football team wins. Next up is the Seahawks Colts, and I am a Seahawks fan, but this is going to be a tough one, and I pick the Colts because they have got an amazing defense, and last year the Bills could barely beat them in the playoffs, and their offense is great too, and I think Carson Wentz is actually going to be playing. I would be really happy if I was wrong, but this is going to be a close game, and I picked the Colts to win 28-24. Next up is the big game, and it's the Jets versus the Panthers. And the Jets are going to be playing their first game with Robert Saleh, their defensive coordinator, and Zach Wilson. And this is going to be pretty cool because they've now got a pretty packed offense, the Jets do, and they're going to be playing the Panthers, and I think I'm going to pick the Jets to win this one 21-20, but it is going to be tight. Next up is the Vikings-Bengals game. This one's going to be interesting because Joe Burrow is finally back after his big injury, but I think he's still going to need practice, and I don't know if he is going to be playing, but if he is, he's going to need a little bit more practice. And the Vikings, they're still the Vikings. They've still got Dalvin Cook, but I think the Vikings are going to win this one 24-13. Next up is the Cardinals-Titans. And the Cardinals, this one's a tough one. This is going to be a really cool game to watch on Sunday. And the Titans' offense versus the Cardinals' defense is just going to be great. But I think the Titans are going to come out winning this one at home, 21-13. Next is the 49ers at the Lions. So now the Lions have finally gotten themselves a new quarterback for the first time in about 10 years, and they've got Jared Goff. But they're still going to need a little bit of work, and their defense is, I don't think, going to do very good unless they get some more work on it. But this is only game 1, so I think the 49ers are going to win 28-17. Next is the Bills playing the Steelers, and this is going to be an awesome game. The Steelers, they have done a great job, but I think the Bills are just going to come out winning this one, and it's going to be close, but I think the Bills are going to end up beating them. And I picked it to be 34-20, Bills win. Next is the Birds game, Eagles at Falcons, and this is going to be an also really, really interesting game. The Falcons do not have Julio Jones for the first time in a really long time, and he is their best wide receiver, I think. But they did get Kyle Pitts in the draft and for their offense, and he should help a lot. And then the Eagles, their defense has always been pretty good, but offense kind of needs a little bit of work, but I think that since the Eagles have a bad offensive line, but they still have Jalen Hurts, I think that the Eagles are going to win 17-13. Next up is the Browns-Chiefs, and this one's going to be fun. These guys played in the playoffs last year, and it was super close, came down to the last play, but I don't think it's going to be this time. I think the Chiefs are just going to beat them 27-16. Now another really good game, and this is the Packers at Saints. And the Packers are going to do a good job, and since there's no Drew Brees for the Saints anymore, this is going to be tough. But they've still got Alvin Kamara, so they're going to do pretty good. But I think the Packers are going to beat them well and beat them 31-14. Next up is the Broncos at Giants. And the Broncos also need a little bit of work, and the Giants, they finally got Saquon Barkley back after almost a year now, and Denver, their defense is bad, just bad. They need a little bit of work on there, but they did get Patrick Patrick Surtain the second, and he should help them out a lot. But the Giants, I just think that they can pull out a win on this one, and it'll be a small scoring game, 17-14. Giants win on this one, I think. Then next up is the Patriots versus the Dolphins, and the Patriots, now they've got Mac Jones in, and the Dolphins are doing Tua, and this is just going to be a game that is going to be exciting. Two really new guys who were played on the same team together. But I think that the Patriots are going to come out winning this one just because they've got Bill Belichick and they're starting off a new season. And I think they're going to win 21-17, but it'll be close. Next is the Rams playing the Bears, and I think the Rams, since they've got Matthew Stafford now, and they've got the best defense in the league right now, at least, and they've just played so well last year. I think they're going to destroy the Rams. But I think the Rams are going to destroy the Bears, even though the Bears have Andy Dalton now starting as their quarterback. 28-9. The Rams win. And then lastly, but not least, the Ravens at the Raiders. And I think that the Ravens are going to pull out a win because they've got Lamar in their offense, but they don't have J.K. Dobbins, which is sad. But I think the Raiders are going to need a little bit more work, and the Ravens are going to pull out winning this one. Thanks, everybody, for watching, and hopefully week 1 will go good for your teams. Bye.